And breathe out.
Hubbub Theatre Company is an integrated ensemble of actors with and without learning disabilities. We create original, physical, visual theatre for indoor and outdoor performance. The Hubbub Way is our way of working with our integrated ensemble in our actor training, in the rehearsal room process, and also in our devising process to create our physical theatre pieces. What that means is that we have refined a process in which learning disabled adults can access actor training and be an equal part of a devising and creative process.
I've been coming up to work with Hubbub alongside Jen and the performers. I've been feeding into the actor training, and now we're entering a phase of R&D, so research and development, leading towards a production. There are lots of parallels with the way that I work and Gecko work in terms of training and devising movement that comes from the body. So it comes from the performers, it comes from who is in the room, it is devised together, and it comes from a physical starting point using breath and physicality to create stories, human stories.
Use your whole bodies, use your hands, use your elbows, use your ears, look!
Integration is at the heart of what we do and how we work, because we believe that people don't fit into boxes, we don't live separately. Learning disabled people and non-disabled people exist as human beings in this world, and so our aim is to work together, collaboratively, learning from each other, celebrating our differences in all of the work we do, and we feel that that's more representative of the society that we live in.
Lovely idea, thank you. Here we go. Keep going, and maybe you find someone to communicate. No, I know.
The Hubbub Way begins with preparation, and it's preparation of the space that we're working in, and also preparation for the actors so that they're ready. That begins in the room, that we make sure that we have a clear, clean, bright, warm space that's not going to be interrupted. And then we have a process that we go throughout the day to ensure that everybody is present, feels good, available, and ready to work. In the process, we feel it's really important to give time and space to preparing ourselves physically and emotionally and mentally for the work. That begins by arriving in the room, where we create an environment that is primarily non-verbal. We leave the chitter-chatter outside, and we bring ourselves together in a circle and begin by connecting through breath.
Let's breathe in. And breathe out.
We then prepare our bodies by stretching, and this is again a non-verbal process where there's a lessening of information so that people's brains can relax. We can not have to process verbal information, and that people are following with their bodies in a quiet environment, which music supports to let us settle and to be present together. We then bring our attention out of ourselves and our own bodies into working with partners and other people, warming up different body parts so that we're ready to explore physically, but also bringing our focus quite acutely to other people, where we begin to mirror and reflect and attune to others. So through the physical exercise and the movement exercises, we energize and we feel alive and ready for the work. Throughout the Hubbub Way, the process of the day, we will come back from time to time to the breath and the body in order to refocus, to reset, to bring ourselves back to where we need to be in order to take the next steps in the work. And that's a really useful tool, just to bring everybody back together and say, here we are, Let's carry on.
I think it's slow and hurting.
Yes, so that, absolutely. Can we all try that? That's a wonderful word, hurting, when you're sort of feeling that inside, that you're hurting and your body, maybe it tries to protect you a bit.
As we work, we invite contributions and offerings from everybody in the room. Exercises are set and offerings come in many different forms. They may come through movement, they may come through discussion, they may come through drawings that are done later on in reflections. And so for us as the facilitators of this process in the room, it demands an acute level of observation in order to extract and bring to life some of the ideas that are expressed in a non-verbal form.
I've observed that in the Hubbub Way, in the Hubbub sort of practice and weekly process, there is a real sense of ownership and of shared leadership. Yesterday I was leading a section and Jen was leading a section, and within that, when offers are made, that's what we want. We are wanting there to be offers from the performers. What do you think about that? There's an idea. And we're using those ideas, and that's very important. It's very important that the company feel that they are devising performers. Some offers from the room in that devising hour might be verbal. Some offers might be something that someone did a few weeks ago in an improvisation that we filmed and watched and remembered. Other offers might be in a drawing, but that is really happening in the room, and that's what so much work has gone into over the past few years. That the quality of the process is really high.
Look!
At Hubbub we have a skilled team of creative enablers, and they play a key role in the devising and working process. The creative enabler works as a support for communication, a support for access, and a way to ensure that our actors, and particularly those who are less verbal, are accessing the work, understanding the work, and able to respond from their own place of integrity. The creative enablers will work alongside physically. They will sometimes interpret some instructions into simple English or accessible English, which can be really valuable when we have visiting artists in the room. And they help to support the facilitating environment in which all of our learning disabled artists can thrive. At the end of a training session or rehearsal, we will also non-verbally check out with all of the actors through sound and movement, which is really informative, and to make sure that everybody is back in the room, grounded, feeling okay. And we may also then use some stamping or body rhythms to reconnect as a group and to bring that ritual of the workshop rehearsal to a close. And so we go back out into the everyday world.
Love it. It's great fun. Playing, exploring, creating. You know, I think it's very exciting what's going to happen for Hubbub.
Yeah, go on!